This is the single largest North Korean sanctions penalty in the history of the Department of Justice.
In April 2023, the U.S. government said that British American Tobacco would pay $629 million for its role in a scheme to sell tobacco products to North Korea. The company is a worldwide tobacco giant, bringing in billions of dollars annually. They're responsible for brands like Lucky Strike, Pall Mall, and Newport. Between 2009 and 2017, they were also knowingly engaged in violating U.S. sanctions by supplying cigarette components to a North Korean business and supplying false information to banks so they could receive payments for that business within the U.S. financial system. The company also agreed, as part of their deferred prosecution agreement, that all the allegations made by the government are true.
British American Tobacco and its subsidiary engaged in an elaborate scheme to circumvent U.S. sanctions and sell tobacco products to North Korea through a corporate cutout in Singapore.
That Singaporean cutout is referred to as Company One in the charges. An employee of Company One said the entity essentially acted as an insurance policy, putting a buffer between British American Tobacco and its North Korean business. Here's how it worked. British American Tobacco Marketing Singapore, which is a subsidiary of the larger company, ships cigarette products to a factory that was duly owned by that Company One and a North Korean tobacco company. Then, British American Tobacco Marketing Singapore would send an invoice to Company One. Company One then turns around and sends an invoice to an employee of the North Korean tobacco company. Then, a North Korean bank would send money to a network of approximately 50 intermediary companies who would pay Company One. Finally, Company One would make payments to British American Tobacco Marketing Singapore.
Over the course of 7 years, the joint venture's North Korean partners sent over $250 million in profits, including payments due to British American Tobacco, through a complex chain of designated North Korean banks and other intermediaries that ultimately were processed by or received at U.S. financial institutions. According to internal BAT documents, this complex process was meant to reduce the risk of the money being frozen in any one leg of the transaction process.
One of the big players involved in payments was the Dandong Hongxiang Industrial Development Company. It's named in part for Dandong, a city in China on North Korea's northwest border. According to lawsuits and press coverage about DHID, it's been involved in all kinds of businesses on behalf of North Korea, including buying weapons manufacturing equipment. Another high-profile name mentioned in the indictment is Banco Delta Asia, a Macau-based bank which was classified as a money laundering concern by the U.S. British American Tobacco was using Banco Delta Asia for money transfers related to its North Korean business. When the U.S. Treasury Department froze $20 million belonging to Banco Delta Asia, some of British American Tobacco's money was frozen as a result. Court filings show that as of July 2024, British American Tobacco had paid the penalties.
The latest warning to companies everywhere about the costs and the consequences of violating U.S. sanctions.